So I wanted to talk to you about the Veil of Neptune and how this mystic planet of dreams and depths factors into your life. Because you see, now I speak of Neptune, the silent pulse beneath your conscious tide, the distant glimmer that shapes your dreams, your longings, your illusions. In the firmament of astrology, Neptune moves like a ghost ship through a sea of stars, slow, deep, and mysterious, often ignored, often misunderstood. It is Neptune who writes the poetry of your soul. A birth chart is a map of the sky at the exact moment and place of your birth, showcasing the positions of the planets in the 12 zodiac signs and the astrological houses. Each zodiac sign spans 30 degrees, from 0 to just about 29.999, and the degree a planet falls in shows how deeply it expresses that sign's traits. Early degrees reflect new beginnings, while higher degrees suggest greater maturity or mastery. The planets like the Sun, Moon, Venus, Mercury, and so forth point then to the ascendant and to the north node, and each represents different parts of you, your identity, your emotions, your love, your communication, your life path, and their placement in a specific sign and degree reveals how those energies play out in your life. Together, the signs, the degrees, and the planetary positions create a unique energetic blueprint of your personality, your purpose, and your potential. If you know your birth chart, you can read what you were meant to be. Neptune in the birth chart, however, reveals where you are most spiritually attuned, imaginative, connected to the unseen, often through dreams, intuition, and creativity, but also where you may experience confusion, illusion, or idealism. Its placement shows the area of life where you're called to surrender control, dissolve ego boundaries, and open to divine inspiration or soulful transformation. So, as we explore the heavens, we will look to the vast expanse beneath. Let us begin not in the sky, but in the sea. Now, let's talk of Neptune the god. In the days of Rome, Neptune was the god of fresh water and the sea, brother of Jupiter and Pluto. He wielded a trident, which he commanded the oceans and summoned storms. Regal and temperamental, he rode dolphins and seahorses. Crowned with coral, his presence a force of both serenity and chaos. His temples were built near fountains and coasts, and sailors whispered prayers to him before setting sail. But long before the Romans gave him this name, the Greeks before them knew him as Poseidon, the brother of Zeus and Hades. In Greek myth, Poseidon is not merely god of the sea, he is the sea. He rages with tsunamis. He soothes with tides. He creates horses and earthquakes alike. And when he is pleased, the waters are calm. When angered, even the land trembles. Poseidon and Neptune are not distant from us. They are not fables. They are archetypes. They are echoes in the collective unconscious. They are alive in us still. When the ancients looked to Neptune, they saw mystery, terror, they saw depth, they saw beauty. Today, astrologers see the same when they cast birth charts and trace Neptune's path as it moves through the heavens. So now let's talk about Neptune, the planet. Discovered in 1846, Neptune wasn't visible to the naked eye, just as its meanings are not always visible to the conscious mind. It arrived in human awareness during a time of immense artistic, spiritual, and ideological movements. The rise of Romanticism, the spread of spiritualism, the first whispers of that field which we now know as psychology. Fitting then that Neptune governs the very parts of us that are least tangible. In the birth chart, Neptune is not loud. It does not push or demand. It whispers. It seduces. It entices. Its language is so subtle. Its influence is like mist. You don't always see it, but you feel it, like the tide pulling your soul in a direction you cannot name. How does that factor into spirituality? Well, Neptune, like its mythic counterparts, is of the water element. And water, since the dawn of time, has been sacred in every religion, in every tribe, every soul. Water is the boundary and the bridge. In baptism, water cleanses and purifies. In rivers, gods speak. In wells and springs, miracles occur. From the Ganges to the Nile, from Lourdes to Lake Titicaca. It's almost like prayer in liquid form. It reveals, and the mysteries it unlocks are amazing. Neptune carries his water not in a cup, but in his whole being. He connects us to the unseen world, not just of gods, but of spirit, dream, emotion, and soul. He is the priest of the subconscious. He is the ocean you swim in when you close your eyes, the place between the stars. So let us dig and dive ever deeper into these waters. But don't let the pressure be too much. Neptune is intuition in its rawest, most luminous form. It does not work through logic or analysis. It speaks in symbols, sensations, and silence. It is the moment when you feel something before you know it. It is how you sense someone's pain without ever hearing a word uttered. It is how you are guided, not by reason, but by energy, but by resonance. This is the domain of Neptune. And if the moon reflects our instinctual, emotional nature, Neptune is our psychic compass. It is the channel that receives dreams from other dimensions, messages from our ancestors, insights from beyond the veil, downloads from the hidden realm. People with strong Neptune placements, conjunct the sun, the moon, the ascendant, or in the 12th house, often have a profound spiritual depth. They may be drawn to mysticism. They may be drawn to meditation. They may be drawn to mediumship and the music that sounds like prayer to the soul. But this gift is not always easy. For the same openness that allows them to receive divine guidance also leaves them vulnerable to confusion, delusion, and energetic overload. Neptune teaches, trust your intuition, but test the waters. Watch for the illusions. And so come the dreams and the illusions. It's rich, it's vast, it's seductive, it's what's imagined, hoped for, yearned after. It builds castles in the air, writes symphonies in silence, and it crafts entire lives within the theater of the mind. But beware. The same Neptune that inspires dreams can also distort them. It blurs boundaries, making fantasy seem real and reality seem like a dream. It is the illusionist. It is the prestidigitator. It is the magician. It is the fog. In its highest form, Neptune opens your third eye. Your third eye. But in its shadow, it closes your physical eyes. You have to trust. Addictions, escapism, denial. These are the pitfalls of Neptune misaligned. When reality is too painful, Neptune offers a escape from reality. Alcohol, drugs, fantasy, codependency, false prophets, but you get lost in the sauce. Neptune never seeks to harm. It tests you. Can you dream without drowning? Can you see the divine without losing yourself, without losing your mind? Creativity and imagination comes. All the great art comes through Neptune. Not just the technique, that belongs to Mercury or Venus, but the vision, the swell of emotion behind a painting, the trance behind a melody, the sacred madness behind poetry. If it is not always said that genius carries insanity with it, then keep in mind that with this depth, this resonance, this vibration, Neptune touches your chart in harmony with Venus or Mercury, but you become a vessel. You become one not attached from ego, but one connected to your soul. You may write things you don't remember composing. You may sing songs that seem to emerge from nowhere. You may paint what you saw in a dream. Neptune doesn't ask you to create. Neptune moves through you, and you express what you feel. This is why so many artists are sensitive. This is why they are spiritual. This is why they are fragile. Their gift is almost like a curse, like a burden. Neptune gives access to the infinite, but it requires you to stay grounded while channeling through the crowds because you can truly become lost. You will have compassion. You will have empathy. So Neptune's most beautiful gift is compassion, the art of feeling, the art of sensing. True compassion is not pity. It is not sympathy. It is oneness, the ability to see yourself in others, for we are all one from the source. Feeling the suffering of others as your own, loving not from obligation, but from recognition that we are all together. Ubuntu. Neptune dissolves the ego's illusion and separateness. Under its influence, you begin to understand that there are no others. There is only we, the one body, the one breath, the one spirit manifesting in so many different forms. This is why Neptune governs healers, nurses, monks, martyrs, and mystics. Those who give, not because they should, but because they cannot help it. Their hearts are oceans. They feel everything and anything. This empathy can lead to emotional overload, can lead to psychic burnout. You become unbalanced. You must temper with Saturn's medicine. You must remain sustainable. You must not go off the rails. But when integrated, Neptune bursts the healer, the light worker, the silent saint whose very presence soothes that pain. It is this point where your idealism and romanticism should not get the better of you, because Neptune sees soulmates, not strangers. In politics, utopia, not compromise. In life, magic, not mundane. This idealism is both a gift and a curse. It allows you to envision the best of what could be, but it often blinds you to what really is. In romance, Neptune seeks the divine beloved, the twin flame, the perfect union of body and soul. And when it finds it, or believes that it has, everything else fades. Logic goes out the door. All of the reasoning dissolves. The time stops. But if the other person is human, as they always are, disappointment will follow. Neptune loves through projection. It sees what it wants to see. Yet, though this has value, for through the longing, through the ache for something more, Neptune points you to your true beloved, the divine within yourself. You realize that union is not with others, it is within you. Neptune reminds you every love is a reflection of the greatest love of all that is inside of you. This is where dissolution and transformation set in. Because Neptune is not about dreams and beauty, it is about endings, and all endings are beginnings. And Neptune dissolves, it softens, it melts, it erases. It is the ocean wave that smooths the rock. It is the fog that swallows cities. The time that heals all wounds by making you forget their shape. In this way, Neptune is the ultimate transformer, not through fire like Pluto, but through surrender to the divine, to understand that everything is a divine mystery. Everything is already meant to be. So what are you ready to release? What illusions have run their course? What identities have grown heavy? What stories no longer serve? You should no longer be trapped in the things that you wish for so greatly. You should allow yourself to flow like the tide. You should understand you can lose a job, you can lose a lover, you can lose a version of yourself. It may feel like confusion, disorientation, loss. Your heart pains for what once was, but you have to trust the process. Neptune removes what is fake, what is false, to reveal what is eternal. It takes your ego so that you can meet your soul. Hey, how are you doing? It leads you into the dark sea, not to drown you, but to baptize you. And so Neptune, by house and aspect, is going to be a place in your chart where life becomes spiritualized, it becomes idealized, it might even become confusing. And so you have to realize that, say, like in the first house, you become a chameleon. You're mystical, you're elusive, you're deeply sensitive, you're often misunderstood. In your fifth house, your creativity is divine channeling. You may fall in love with illusion, but you love so deeply with all your heart. In the 10th house, you may seek to serve or inspire through your career, but clarity and structure may be elusive for you, and you need this if you are to bring some order to your life. Aspects of Neptune color its expression. A trine to the moon may bring prophetic dreams and deep empathy. A square to Mars may cause a passive aggression or a lack of direction. Every Neptunian aspect is a spiritual invitation to listen deeper, feel wider, love larger. And that is the gift of Neptune, my friends. In the end, Neptune is not here to confuse you. It's here to awaken you. It's here to remind you that you're more than just flesh and name. Your essence is liquid light. This mortal frame is but for a time, and it fades away and dissolves into the dust. You are in truth a wave in the eternal ocean of being. Neptune teaches that there are truths that logic can never truly hold, that mystery is not something to be solved but entered, that the most important things in life are maybe not things at all. So, please meditate. Please create. Please serve. Please dream. Please love. And when the fog descends, don't panic. Float. Listen. You are being carried. Neptune is not a destination. It is a return to the divine, a return to the self, to the unity that was never lost. In your chart, it shows you where you can glimpse the infinite, where you may get lost, yes, but also where you can be found. And you let go, and you surrender, and Neptune will show you. It will show you at the heart of it all, the ocean that you have always been. Please, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.